Yo, 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 I'm back and he's back. Now, I've been away for a little while, yeah, because I haven't been feeling too well. I've been ill again. He's been away because he was sacked. Now, we all know who I'm talking about. That man, Ange Postecoglou, is back in the Premier League. But let's be honest about it, okay, right? It didn't take a rocket scientist. I mean, we didn't need Nostradamus. We didn't need Einstein. We didn't need Stephen Hawking, okay, to predict that Ange was going to come back to the Premier League. I actually said it myself. And I ain't no university grad, you know what I'm saying? I'm like half the year suspended from school, half the year I didn't even fucking go, mate. But it was just common sense. Now, look, I said it. I said he was not going anywhere apart from the Premier League. The Saudis were in for him, okay, allegedly, and he said no. And you know, he could have earned a shitload of money out there in Saudi Arabia, but he said no. Apparently the US, the MLS, were in for him, one of the teams out there, allegedly again. Nope, he didn't go. Then you got Fenerbahce, which seems to be a little bit more certain. Okay, that made an approach for him after they sacked Jose Mourinho. Now, Jose Mourinho getting sacked is not big news. I reckon Jose has made more fucking money in his career, okay, with the payoffs of being sacked than he has actually managing. But I don't know, I haven't looked at stats, that's just me. Maybe I'm being a little bit sarcastic, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. Who knows? Who gives a fuck? The fact of the matter is Fenerbahce went in, apparently, allegedly, but it seems a little bit more certain for Ange, and Ange said no. Now, there was also a rumour about Bayer Leverkusen, okay, right? So we're talking about the Bundesliga, and again, allegedly, because I don't know if it's a cert or not, but he didn't go there. What I did say was Ange was on the list for Nottingham Forest, yeah, because it was Ange, it was Brendan Rodgers, and apparently there was some other name who, I don't even remember who it was. It doesn't really make a difference because it was only really going to be one of those two, with Ange Postecoglou in the front of the race. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, the reason I said Ange was a front runner there, yeah, is because let's be honest. Evangelos Marinakis, okay, I hope I pronounced that right, is Greek, okay, and his origin is Greek, and, you know, they were at this Greek Football Awards or something like that, Sports Awards, I'm not too sure, and apparently they were, you know, pictured, talking, sharing a glass of wine together and that, and Evangelos Marinakis, okay, has had nothing but good things to say about Ange, yeah? But let's be honest, I mean, Nuno getting sacked, I mean, that was a little bit of a shock, but we all know that football is a cutthroat business. I mean, if you look at it, Ange Postecoglou got sacked after winning, finally bringing a trophy. Hold on a second, I'm in the centre of Rome, outside the Shamrock Irish pub, so we're always going to have this background noise when, you know, motorbikes and cars go by, yeah? Anyway, as I was saying, yeah? Now, oh, fuck, what was I saying? I must be suffering from Alzheimer's. Anyway, it was always going to be the case that Ange was going to be a front runner. You know, it's a cutthroat business, like I said. You know, Ange gets sacked from Spurs after finally bringing them a fucking trophy. Yes, he finished 17th. Yes, they lost fucking so many games. Yes, it was. Oh, and we got a Forest fan. Yo, lads, I tell you what. You have a fucking jewel there, mate, because Ange Postecoglou is going to fucking change the team, man.
You know who we are? We're Morecambe fans. Do you remember, like, a few years ago? FA Cup.
Oh, right. Yeah. Say hi. And one of the boys, I came from a few years back, do you know what I mean?
We're going up in the National League. Actually, if I was going to take us up, we're going up. But respect to the top
Good,
of
man.
the fans.
Good. I'm not Tottenham. I'm a Gooner, but I love Ange Postecoglou.
Our good friend Joe.
He's a Gooner as well, yeah?
He is. But yeah.
Are you Forest?
No, Forest all the way.
He's a Morecambe fan, really.
Oh, right. So the young guns are here. They come over
Zuba
once a year, yeah?
Oh yeah.
All right. Good.
Arsenal up the way, yeah.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so, lads, yeah? And going on that,
All the players, great signing, great window.
absolutely. I
As
think
a
so.
non-league fan, Arsenal, top window, great.
It was, I don't know if it was as good as Liverpool, but it was a top window finally.
But the thing is, with Liverpool, they've had all that money to spend because they sold players. Arsenal, great window, you know.
Yeah, but Liverpool haven't spent shit in years as well, and so's Arsenal.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a shame he's off camera at the moment, yeah, but anyway, all the best.
Sorry for intruding.
No sweat. Love your input, son. Love your input. Have a good one. So, you know, Ange, his first game. Let's go back to the cutthroat business of football. You know, so Ange gets fucking sacked. Nuno gets sacked, okay, after finishing 7th last season, taking them finally after 30 years into European competition because they are in the Europa League. Why would you sack somebody who has achieved that for you? Well, apparently there's been a little bit of bad blood inside there, and I did say in my last video, I think Edu might have had something to do with it. Now, the rumour is that Edu has been deciding on what players to buy. Nuno really hasn't been on board with it. Edu wants to change the style of play, maybe because that's what Marinakis wants. And Nuno, from what I understand, again, just rumours, it's just a perception. He wanted to stick with what he knows and what's done well for him so far. Look, Nuno has been sacked. He's going to put a shitload of money in his pocket, yeah? Because he's got his contract, okay, just like cut. He's going to get paid off, and it won't take him long before another Premier League team comes in for him. And so I would say that by November, December, we'll see Nuno back in the Premier League as well. So anyway, all right, lads. So anyway, look, Ange's first game. Oh dear, it's going to be against my team, my boys in England, Arsenal. Now, if we look at Ange's period with Spurs, they played Arsenal 4 times, and Ange only managed to take away 1 point. Now, you all know I love that guy, Ange. I admire him. I admire him as a man. I admire his philosophy of football, and I always want him to do well, but I've always said, as long as he doesn't do better than Arsenal. So, come Saturday, I'm hoping Arsenal smash him 6-0. No offence, Ange, okay? I've got to keep it real. After that, just, do the same when you play Spurs, yeah? Smash them 6-0. Just pass it on. That's what I say. Pass it on. You know what I mean? So, I want them to do well. I want Ange to do well. I want Ange to prove his doubters wrong. And this is why I said he was going to come back. He was waiting for a team in the Premier League. Now, Ange, his contract, from what I understand, is only 2 years. And let's not forget, Ange has always said, I always win a trophy in my second year. So that might also play a part in the fact that he's only got a 2-year contract. But if you ask me, I believe that his 2-year contract is basically being agreed between them, because Ange is going to be going on to one of the bigger teams. Let's be honest, and I've already said this, there's going to be a stage when Pep Guardiola is going to take a step back. He's going to say, you know what, that's it. Maybe I'm going to take another year sabbatical, spend time with my family, and then maybe come back. Who knows? Then Amorim, unless he improves, he's going to be sacked sooner or later if his performances do not improve. Graham Potter, West Ham, I said I would have put my money on him being the first one to get sacked. It hasn't happened as yet, so they did beat Nottingham Forest 3-0, so maybe that gave him a little bit of breathing space, if you like, yeah? So I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of changes when it comes to management, okay? Now, they're saying that Ange and Marinakis is a match made in heaven, but Marinakis didn't like the fact that Nuno came out and said what he said in public. But that's Ange all over. Ange says what he thinks, okay? He's come out before in front of the camera and said what he thinks. But I don't think that'll be the case. I think that Marinakis is going to back Ange all the way. I think they've sat down. I think Ange has told him his vision. I think Ange has said, look, you know, if I want a player, just make sure you get him for me. And to be totally honest, I think Marinakis has always backed the team. He's always got the players in, okay, within their budget. And I don't know what their budget is, but I'm pretty sure their budget is not up to the level of Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City. I don't know that much of Nottingham Forest and how their whole financial setup, to be totally honest. What I will say is this, yeah, their glory days were under Brian Clough, yeah, 2 European trophies, yeah, 2 European Cups, back to back, man. Okay, so, you know, Brian Clough was and always will be a legend for Forest. Is there anyone that can get close to Brian Clough? To be totally honest, I honestly believe that the one manager that can get close to him is Ange Postecoglou. Now, I'm going to get slated for that comment. They're going to say, oh, how can you say that after where Spurs finished last season, 17th, blah, 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 blah. The fact that, you know, he only has one way of playing, okay, and they're going to let loads of goals in this season. You got a little bit of a divide in the Forest fans. You know, they were sad to see Nuno go, to be totally honest, but I think they have faith in Marinakis, and, you know, they're a little bit worried about what's going to happen with Ange there, because they know his style of football is just like attack, attack, attack. The question is, can the players that are there adapt to Ange's philosophy? Because let's be honest, if Ange can get a team playing, okay, smoothly, ticking over to his philosophy, bro, you're talking about football at its best. You're talking about watching teams like Barcelona play. You know, you're talking about watching teams like the old Brazil play. Now, you lot are going to be watching there, sitting down and saying, Sharky, man, what the fuck? You pissed? You on drugs? What, you know, what's happening? Have you hit your head? Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. Yes, I'm serious. Okay. Now, I may end up eating my hat. I may have to turn around and say, you know what? Fuck it. I was wrong. But I don't think so. This is how much confidence I have in him. And it's, look, since I've started doing these videos, he's the only manager that I know that I would talk about like this. The only other managers in the Premier League who I would big up, okay, to this level was Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger. There has, in my opinion, not been another manager up to their level. Now, you'll turn around and say, oh yeah, well, what about Pep Guardiola? Yeah, okay, what about Pep Guardiola? Great manager, no doubt about it. Okay, I'm not knocking him. But how much did Pep spend, okay, when he came in? How much money did they have before, you know, they had all the restrictions? So if you look at a team that he accumulated, you know, you still got to give him the credit because he had to make them tick, okay? He had to make the team, you know, gel and play well together, and he did that. But for me, Ferguson, Wenger, they are the examples that I look at. Anyway, look, that's it from me. I did say it. I said that if the 2 teams that came in for him You know, if West Ham came in for him and Forest come in for him, I believe, I said it, I haven't looked back on my video, but I believe I said that he would go to Forest, also because of the Greek connection there, yeah? I also said, though, that I thought he may wait until a bigger team comes in. Obviously, he hasn't done that. He's been sold on the project, okay? And maybe what Ange said to Marinakis, okay, Marinakis is probably 100% behind what his vision and what his project is. Because let's be honest, they want them winning trophies. They want them playing. Marinakis wants them playing great attacking football. The question is, can Ange do that and still have a solid defence? Look, let's be honest, he had it pretty much at Celtic in the Scottish League, yeah? Europe, okay, a little bit less, but I tell you what, let's not forget something, okay? If you look at the amount of money Celtic had to spend on players, we're talking about pittance. But the feedback, even when they lost, on Celtic was always positive from the other team and the other team's manager. Now you can turn around and say, well, yeah, so what? That doesn't help me, okay? It doesn't, you know, we're not winning, okay? But how many teams do you know that go out there, lose, and still get so much love and respect from the other teams? Anyway, it's going to be good. Saturday. First game against Arsenal. This is going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. Sorry, Ange. Okay, I'm pretty sure you don't watch my videos. Okay, so, but anyhow, anyone that does know him, just turn around and say, this is the only time that I'm going to be saying, I want you to lose, bro. I want you to lose big time. You know what I mean? Anyway, listen, that's it from me, Shah. I'm out.